So let me see. The last one I'm gonna get here, is gonna be Black Phone 2. We've been highly anticipating this. I didn't know how they were gonna swing this back around, but all right, now I see how once we've seen it play out. But directed by Scott Derrickson, in this film, bad dreams haunt 15-year-old Gwen as she receives calls from the Black Phone and sees disturbing visions of three boys being stalked at a winter camp. Accompanied by her brother Finn, they head to the camp to solve the mystery, only to confront the grabber, a killer who's grown even more powerful in death. Yeah, this one's interesting, man. So we've all got Mason Thames coming back as Finney. We've got Ethan Hawke who reprises his role as a grabber. Although I'm not sure, man, that could have been anybody under that mask.
Yeah,
For
yeah.
all I know. We've also got Madeline McGraw who plays Gwen. She's back as well. Ariana Rivas is new here. Got Jeremy Davies. He's back as Terrence, their father. Apparently he's clean now,
Yeah,
which
yeah.
seems to have him a little bit more stressed out when
Yeah, no. Yeah, I
when he
kind of picked
wasn't.
up on that.
Yeah, that was kind of interesting, man. But overall, man, I rather enjoyed this film, man. We kind of going back into this realm. It seems like this killer has somehow manifested himself again, and apparently there's new crimes that occurred at this camp that's still kind of close to where our main characters live out there in Colorado, and she's getting these visions of these three children that apparently I guess has been dead. The phone starts ringing again. You know what I'm saying? And the grabber starts manifesting in the dreams. This grabber has suddenly become Freddy Krueger, man. You know what I'm saying? Which makes this thing a little bit derivative in a way, but I don't think that takes away. Some people were knocking that, but I still really had a good time watching this. I don't know what it
Yeah,
was.
yeah,
Maybe
yeah.
because it was similar to that Dream Warriors version of Nightmare on Elm Street.
I think they made a better story than anything that Friday the 13th, not Friday the 13th, Nightmare on Elm Street has done. I was kind of glad that the grabber was still menacing in this, and it was even scarier that
Man,
it was even scarier that he was able to get in this girl's dreams. Finn and his sister are psychic or whatever, and
hmm
it's it was just real interesting how he was able to kind of affect her in the real world, when she
Yeah.
slept, and just and
Man, he was busting out
actually
some killer moves though
yeah,
too, man. Like,
actually interacting with people that were actually in the real world as a ghost, and you really don't see that
hmm
as a film, but really he was still hunting that place in a way, but
hmm
through her and her dreams or whatever, he could. That's the only way that anybody could really physically fight him.
hmm
But I just thought that was I thought it was a nice little touch on that.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I
I
was
even like the camp counselor characters too, man, because they add another dynamic into this too with their kind of overtly religious. You know what I'm saying? There was some
yeah,
stuff that
yeah,
they weren't like keen to, and they were like, "Oh, I'm like, yo, you could be scared all you want and pray, but you gonna have to fight sooner or
you had to
later,
fight.
or this
Yeah,
thing's
yeah.
gonna, like this
You can't
thing's gonna
cower
kill
down
you,
to this
man.
stuff. Yeah,
Yeah." Yeah, you can pray all you want, but this stuff is in your hands right now.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
There was some cool stuff, man. I like what they were doing too with the set design, like especially that whole lake thing, man. Because I was looking at it and I'm like, yo. At first, I thought it was kind of all green screen, but I was like, man, this kind of looks like a set,
real
dude.
like
Like there
yeah,
were certain
yeah,
shots of it where you could see the wall, and I was like, that looks like that's really there, especially certain angles. When it hit really wonky, and I was like, nah, I could see the flatness of this. Like that's something that's something they built, especially
yeah,
with the
yeah,
hole and all that pit, man. I think that added a cool look to it. You know what I'm saying? Instead of
yeah.
just going for like when I looked at what's the name just came out Dead of Winter. And Dead of Winter kind of has a similar frozen lake thing, but you could tell that's totally outside,
Uh,
and even though this one looks like a set, I think that's cool at times, man. Cause
well,
I
all this
kind of
is
like that
happening
look
that
at times.
all this was happening that night, and it kind of gives that a different like element to it. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
Yeah, I kind of like that though.
It's real. It's
You
real
don't need to
creepy.
you don't need to be on location. I think
Yeah,
there's a stylization that comes with making a set. You know what I'm saying? Like
yeah,
like
yeah.
where you're building it and it's physically there and it feels like a different location. And then you
And
can play with the
everything about
lighting.
it is like real isolated. How they were,
Hmm Yeah.
where they were and all that. I was. I was real impressed with this film. You know,
Hmm.
and I'm just glad it just wasn't another like sequel. You know, just a sequel, and they just was making it just to be making it. You know what I'm saying?
Hmm. Hmm. Yeah, I mean, yeah. It definitely felt like it added on because it also explained some things that happened. It kept throwing back to the original film
Yeah.
and some of the happenings, and I don't know, man. It was good enough for me where I would like to see another one. I'll go back, like if they keep bringing this character back.
Well,
My only real complaint though is the grabber himself, man. Like I think there could be some more put into his character design. Like at one point he's got on bell bottoms. I mean, they're not going to change the mask, but his outfit was kind of lacking. I was like, man, if you want to be amongst one of the greats, Freddie, Jason, and them, you got
yeah,
to
but
come better than this, dude.
just about think about when this is set. This whole story is still set in the 80s, so
Yeah, but
yeah, it's
still,
still
we
set
had
in the
our
80s.
guys were born in the '80s. The greats, the Michael
Yeah.
Myers, and there's just something I think they could step up with his design and kind of, give it. I don't know, give him more of an identity because right now he's just a
Well,
guy in a goofy mask. You know.
well, the thing about this is I kind of wouldn't mind Finn and his sister actually getting in something without the grabber being involved. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that
You
could
know,
be
because
cool
both of them
because
are psychics and they kind of pick up
yeah,
on stuff. Finn, and
maybe there's
that's one
something.
thing. That's one thing about it. Like Finn was getting calls from like out of order phones. You know, just like him
Hmm.
going to the store and stuff. So you
Hmm.
know, I kind of could see them kind of being. I wouldn't don't want it to be too goofy, but you know, like somewhat investigators and stuff.
Maybe
You
there's
know,
a woman grabber type
yeah,
character out
yeah,
there that they can encounter in some random like maybe that becomes their thing because it's not over. And
yeah,
like you
yeah,
said, they have contact with the dead, specifically the dead that have died from, really or been murdered. You know what I'm saying? So that's potential right there, man. That's a good
yeah,
idea. Like you said, like just put them out in the world and maybe they're going on to a different part of their life. Maybe there's in college now and all of a sudden the phone start ringing again and they got
yeah, yeah.
another case to solve. Yeah, yeah, I'm definitely down with that, man. Yeah. And then maybe Ethan Hawke can play a character without the mask. He because we really don't. Yeah, do we know what the grabber looks like?
Yeah.
They, I mean, but have they showed his face? Because even when he takes the mask off in this, there's a lot of distortion and decay. It's not like Ethan Hawke's
Yeah, but
face, you
remember,
know.
you just without spoiling anything, there was a flashback of who he was. You know,
Oh, so we do see him
and in the
without the
original
mask.
film, they I think they showed him, don't they?
I
Because
don't
he's living with
remember. See, I got to go back and watch. That's what
yeah,
I'm saying. I'm like,
he's living with his brother in the first one. He wasn't wearing that mask the whole time.
okay, okay. Hmm. Yeah, yeah. So, oh, damn, never mind. I was saying maybe Ethan could play a regular guy. Ah, you the grabber now.